Now, here's your first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Jason Livia.
The worst of the rain is now behind us, but we are still going to see high rivers at least for the next couple of days, and there are a couple more pictures to share with you. The first one coming from Kenneth. This is looking at the dock for the Valley Gem Sternwheeler on the Muskingum River in Marietta, Ohio. Pretty much still covered with water. You can kind of see where it kind of stops right at the bottom of the picture there. And then this next one is from Malta, Ohio, overlooking McConnellsville, again on the Muskingum River. Pretty high up, not getting onto the roads, but still much higher than it usually is. We still have some light showers in the region that will continue over the next several hours. We're not expecting any of that to stop until we get into the late evening, into the overnight hours. By the time we get to the early morning, the mid-morning hours of Monday, most of that rain will be out of the region, and we might even start seeing some sun heading into Monday afternoon. Now, speaking of the river levels, right now we're not at our peak, at least for most of the rivers. Ohio River at Willow Island is expected to crest here in several hours. Same thing with Marietta and Parkersburg, not expecting to crest until tomorrow, but they're not expected to get into, not even expected to get into the near flood stage category, much less the minor flooding. The only one that's expected to get to any type of flooding stage, at least in this area, is Belleville, and it's just barely at 35.2 feet with a flood of 35 feet. So still looking at some water coverage here over the next couple of days. Duck Creek at Maxburg right now right at that flood point, as well as with Whipple, it's a little under that. Muskingum at Beverly also right at that flooding point as well, and those are expected to peak at least in the next couple days or so. And then the really small rivers and creeks also still well below, at least the Low Conowa, still well below the flood stage. Same with the Little Tigard. Little Muskingum closer, as well as the Hocking River in Athens expected to peak as we get into tonight and tomorrow morning. But speaking of tonight, it's going to be a chilly one. 40 degrees at the moment on the Highmark camera looking over Parkersburg. Winds from the north-northwest at about 8 miles an hour. Temperatures in the region mostly in the low 40s, but we are seeing some upper 30s pop up towards Caldwell and McConnellsville. Going into this evening, temperatures will very slowly decrease into the upper 30s overnight. Our low for tonight getting into the mid 30s by early tomorrow morning with those occasional showers. And then heading into the rest of the week, it'll be much colder than what we've seen over the last couple of weeks, but it will also be drier, giving us a little bit of a chance to start seeing some of those rivers drop. We are expecting a little bit more rain coming in on Thursday, but nowhere near the amount of rain that we've seen over the last 5 days or so. So it'll be much